Hello, you're welcome to my channel. Today we'll be learning how to make this kaftan. The one in the yellow was inspiration, the other one was the one I regretted. You can use our handle to reach us. Here is the materials that I need. I needed 4 yards of this. This is a silk adire tie and dye, if you know what it means, adire material, and we're using 4 yards for it. So here I have actually separated. I measured 64 and folded it into two. So now we have two pieces. So what I'm going to do, I am going to cut out the baseline. I need the line to be equal. So use pin. If you're using a silk fabric, use pin to secure it. So I'll just go ahead and mark out the base, make the line straight so that I can start my measurement. So I'm going to measure my neckline first. I'm just trying to show you that it is placed into two, 65. I think I measured 65 and placed it into two. So now I'm going to mark out my neck width and my length. The length I use, that's my shoulder slope length, which is you can measure from the middle of your shoulder, from the middle of your back to the where you want the sleeve to stop. Okay, so for this I use 22 in total for it from the center back to where the sleeve ended was 22. Okay, so and I've marked that. I went ahead to mark the neck. Here I'm trying to show you, if you don't know how to do it, just measure your shoulder first, then from the shoulder you measure where you want the sleeve to stop, then you add it together. That will give you whatever you want. That's for the case of this client. Okay, so I did 22. That 22 includes the sewing allowance for the sleeve. Okay, so for the neck depth, I did 2.5. You can do 3. I don't want it to be too wide. 2.5 for the back. The back and the front was 2.5 width. Then the depth for the front is 6.5. 6, you can do 6, you can do 6.5. 6.5 was what I used. Then for the back depth, I did 1 inch. Okay, so here I am marking out for the front. 6.5 for the front. So go ahead and mark out yours. I'm trying to show you the length of my clothes. I used the full tape, then the extra. Okay, so now I'm going to do my shoulder slope. I did 1.5. You can do 2, you can do 1. So that's me marking it out there. Then I'm just going to cut. Please secure your, if you're using a silk like this, secure it. This fabric was not, it was difficult to work with, so I just had to be careful. So I've cut out my slope. It's a very easy tutorial to do. Now I'm cutting out my back neckline. Though I'm cutting the back and the front together, I'll first of all cut the back like that. So now from that place I cut, so my 22 now determines my body measurement. Okay, so you know, if it's in the middle of your hand, there's no how you're that big that the clothes will not size you. So that's the body measurement I use. So it's a very easy, straightforward tutorial. Okay, so I'm just cutting that out. So now we're done cutting that out. We'll head on to take the other measurements that is needed. So now I am cutting the neck for the front. I said I did 6.5. Okay, it's better you do it small. Then when you are done sewing, if you don't get what you want, you can deepen it. Than deepening it and you'll be unable to straighten it up. So now you're just going to like fold it. If you want, you can use a bias to turn it. So we're going to go ahead to measure for the sleeve opening. You can do 10, but I did 13 because by the time I'm done sewing this upper part and sewing from I will get like maybe 11. That's what I tend to achieve, because you know there's going to be rope inside, so that you can easily slide in your hand and bring it out. Okay, but you can do 10. If you're a small size, you can do 10. Okay, so I've done that. I'm going to separate the front, then we have more work to do in the front than the back. I'm just showing you that you can turn your neck like so, or use bias to turn it if you want to. So let's just work on the front. Okay, we have more works for the front, but before then, this is the belt I'm going to use for the inside. You know, the dress has an invisible belt. There's belt inside that is not showing on the outside. So to get the length you want, you have to divide your waist into two. So whatever you have, you add extra. That's for the extra extension to tie it. You don't need to be extremely too long. If it's extremely too long, when your client or you're sitting there, you might be sitting on it and it will give you discomfort. So you just measure your waist into two, divide it, then add maybe extra 5 inch or 6 inch. You know, that's just what you need. Okay, so this is what I did, and I think I did 38 or 30 something thereabouts. Okay, so I'm just going to sew. You need two pieces for it, so you cut out and you sew it, and the sewing has to be 1 inch. It will not be above 1 inch. When you're done sewing, when you flip it out, you have to have 1 inch. Okay, so we'll set that aside and we'll do the markings on the front panel. So now for the front, you're going to go down from your shoulder to your underbust, which this person is 15, but I did 14. I did 14 because that belt is 1 inch. So it's starting from that 15, 14. Then by the time I'm done, I'll get 15, which is the underbust. Okay. So I went down 1 inch from there. You can see now I'm going to go from the center front. I'm going to mark my waist allowance. Okay. So my waist divided by 4 will give you your waist measurement. You are going to impute your waist measurement on that your underbust line there, that you got the underbust line. Okay, so from your shoulder to your underbust, you mark it. Then from your underbust to from the center front, you mark your waistline and make sure it connects to the line, okay, of your underbust. Then you go down by 1 inch. That's where you're going to place that belt that you made. So from that on 15, okay, for your shoulder to your underbust, whatever you have there, mark it. Then from that line you mark another one. Okay, that's where the belt is going to sit, if that makes sense. So now I'm just going to secure this because I have to flip it over to mark it on the other side again. So I have to secure my waistline there, keeping it in mind. So I'll flip it to the other side. If there's any question, if you're lost, you can rewatch the video over and over again, or just send me a message. Use my handle, my Instagram handle, send name on Instagram. Just put at @8linfit. You just see me there. Just reach me on any of the handles. Okay. So now I'm just going to turn it to the other side as well, and I'll measure my not half length, my shoulder to my underbust. Okay. I'll mark it there, then I'll mark the waistline. Because this fabric is moving, I pinned it, but I have to remeasure it because I don't want any error. It's a customer's clothes, okay, and the fabric is fragile. So now you see me going down by 1 inch there now. So I'm just going to mark it. So that's where the belt will sit. I've repeated it again and again so that you understand it. So now all I need to do is I'm marking it on the first one that I marked, because initially I didn't mark it there. So we are done for this. Now we'll just take it to the machine and sew the neckline, and we'll come back. So here I cut out for my back. I did facing. You can use bias even for the front. I turned the front directly. You can use bias to do the turning if you don't have the energy to turn it neatly, because if you turn too much, you're going to deepen it too much. Okay, so I'm just cutting out my facing for the back, and I will go ahead to cut the interface, like the this thing that I will put on the facing. Okay, and that is it. Take it to pressing iron and press, then I'll start coupling. So the neckline, it has no much chop. If you find this video helpful, please do well to like our channel, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell so you get notified each time we upload new video, and share to your loved ones as well, people you think they need this. Okay, so I have turned the neckline. You see how neatly it's turned? That's because I can sew neatly like this. If you can't, use bias. There's nothing wrong in using bias. Just look for a matching bias and use it. Okay, so now I have to hold the tip of this place, because I turned it round. It's going to give me circle shape instead of a V shape. Okay, so I had to snatch that place so that when I open it, it will give me V. And next thing you keep in mind, you see I iron the middle point, that crease line, I need it. Okay, I need it. So I won't be able to iron it now that I'm done sewing it until I add my elastic. So I have sewn the belt hole into the markings that I did, and you can see that is 1 inch that I have there. I repeated the same to the other side, and here I'm going to show you the length that I use for this. I think I did 36 or 38 thereabout. Like I said, measure your waist measurement into 2, then you add, okay, I did 35, you add extra so that you will have to tie it at the back, but it won't be, you don't need it to be extremely too long. So this is the back I've gone ahead to, so that's my label, yeah. So I've gone ahead to, so it's a customer's cloth, it's not mine, it's a client's cloth. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring the front to meet the back shoulder line, then use the interface on the inside to turn the shoulder to the other side. So this is what I did, because I need to hide the other side, but you can match it directly if you want and just take it to a serger machine and serge it. That's to weave it. Okay, so this is it, and I'm just going to sew in on my allowance, which is 0.5. You sew to the end as same, then you repeat it on the other side. Okay, so for the armhole, you know I went down by 13, right? By the time I'm done sewing, it will reduce. Okay, so I've gone ahead to sew the shoulder. You can see, and I'm showing you that I've snatched that place out. Okay, but I'm supposed to open it like that and iron, but because I need the crease line, I didn't do that for the now until I add the elastic I want. And you can use, aside from using elastic, you can use a rope for the roach. Okay, so I missed some videos, but I'm going to explain it to you. So this is the shoulder. You can see what I have now is I have close to 12. Okay, I have like 12 already because I've sewn the shoulder line. So I have 12 already. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to fold it. I will hem it in by 2, like not by 2, 0.5, 0.5, which is 1. If you can see the slant I went in there, the notch I did there is 1 inch notching. Okay, so that's where it's going to end. So I will fold with 0.5, 0.5. Okay, I'm showing you that the notch ends in 1 inch. Okay, so I will fold on 0.5, 0.5, and will repeat it too on the other side. Then we'll go ahead to couple it. So I've added the roach. I said I missed some video, the video where I did that missed, but just keep in mind I left like 1.5 allowance on the down so that when I'm my roach, my elastic ends 1.5 before the hemline, so that I will have space to hem the down part. Okay, so for the elastic, what you need to do is you're going to measure from your shoulder to your new measurement. Whatever measurement you have there is what the level of elastic. In fact, you can even minus 5 from it or 3, so that when you sew it will get down to the down part and give you that roach. Okay, and when you're sewing you'll be dragging it. I lost the video, I'm so sorry about it. So now I am just going to first of all hem the side seam. When I'm done hemming the side seam, then I will hem the down part of the dress and you are done. So this is me just showing you the side. I'm so sorry I lost the video, but if there's anything confusing, it's a straightforward tutorial. If there's anything you don't understand, just drop a message, leave a comment. And if you find this video helpful, kindly comment. It helps our video, it helps push the video. Okay, comment, say something nice. Okay. So here I am going to sew the armhole. You see, I'm now going in again with like extra 1 inch. Okay, so what that is going to do now, I will end up having the 10. If you had done 10, by the time you're done sewing, you have like 9 or so, which it might be tight for you to move your hand. So I'm just going to sew 1 inch from there down to the down part of the dress and do on the other side. And when I'm done, I will just fold the hemline, and this is it. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up, like, share, and leave a comment for us. If you recreate this, you can send us a picture. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you in my next one. Bye.